Hi guys, today I'm going to show you my TIPX setup for woodsball. So we'll start with the basic mods. This is a foregrip made by Promag, model PM007. Got it off eBay, 20 bucks. There's a screw here. When you turn that, it drives the pin up between the rail slots, so it's nice and firm. Second mod I added is I bought a cheap A5 barrel. I had it machined down on this end. It was a little bit thicker, it was about 1 inch in diameter. I had it machined down to fit the TIPX barrel shroud, and the end was milled to accept the apex tips natively. So I also added an O-ring that allows me to unscrew the barrel by grabbing onto the apex, and there's an O-ring that makes it really stiff, so I can unscrew the barrel, but if I want to turn the apex, I just have to turn it basically clockwise. That's it if I want to adjust it in the field. I have Zeta Mags. Zeta Mags are, they have custom springs. You can look at my previous videos, they have Rep 4 springs. So they never jam, the spring doesn't get mangled, and when you load them, this catch activates every time. I got the Gunhead first strike breech for TPX. Let me see. You can see it there. It's a little bit mushy because I had a break there. I was doing some testing. So normally it doesn't chop. Actually, I've never had a chop with those mags. It chopped with the factory mag. On top I have this metal rail added. You can see, if you look through my channel, you'll find a video on how to add the metal rail. This is a sloped Rep 4 rail, so it's a little bit higher in the back, lower in here, so this allows you to aim your red dot down, because your height, your vertical adjustment range is not really designed for a paintball gun, so this slopes it down so you can have better adjustment range when you're lobbing rounds. And this here is a genuine Weaver rail. This thing here, because the original rail ends about here, this thing here is called a 1/2 inch riser. All it does just makes the rail longer, and it sits on top of the original rail and makes it 1/2 inch higher. So generic red dot, NC star, 30mm, I believe one-time magnification. I have a remote air setup, remote line setup from just the tip-on parts. And here I have the magic of this gun. This thing here is a Rep 4 dual CO2, 12 gram CO2 adapter. Allows you to stick two 12 gram CO2 cartridges back to back, so one is facing this way, one is facing this way. And you unscrew this cap here, put one tank that way, one tank this way, put it back in, and then turn this piercing knob, and it'll puncture both tanks at the same time. This thing here is a standard ASA from BTSA 17 gun, and this is not 100% finished yet. I'm gonna use a 1/8 inch hydraulic cable and crimp the two ends and just jump it from here to here. Don't use macro lines for CO2, because if you shoot repeatedly, it's gonna get cold and it's gonna get brittle, and it might blow up in your face. So use 3000 psi hydraulic hoses, 1/8 of an inch. You can get them from your local hydraulic shop, and they'll crimp them for you. And they're perfectly fine for using it for pressures 1000 psi or less. They're rated to 3000 psi working pressure. And this thing here is the heart of the setup. It's a Fab Defense 1 inch rail mount for a flashlight. So it's spring loaded, so you just slide it onto the rail and this clips into place. And there's a screw here with a kind of like a hose clamp type mount that grabs onto this tube, and that just holds it in place. So the beauty of this setup is you can aim through the red dot with no obstructions whatsoever. So there's no ugly buttstocks. I wanted to buy an FSR kit, but I don't think it's worth 200 bucks. FSR kit, in my opinion, it's a $79 item, and I'm sure they will get cheaper. Whoever's buying them, but $200, $300 a pop right now is paying the early adoption fee. The novelty will wear off, and you know, they'll become cheaper. But anyways, that's my TIPX setup. I hope you like it. If you have any suggestions, post them in comments. See ya.